things that heavenly parents sigh. Our bodies were the walls of grace. We held the line, we kept the place. And victory is here. And victory is here. My children, today I seat myself on my throne. This is my dwelling, my home. True mother calls for guardians brave, chosen souls the world will save. By heavenly parents raised, empowered to stand, protecting sacred purpose across the land. Here we standing in the rain and snow, not forsaken, heaven made it so. On the threshold, hearts burning bright, called to guard the dawn of holy light. Not forgotten, not pushed aside, chosen by love, not human pride. In the cold we stood for heaven's flame. Now we rise and praise heaven, lead by our ransom name. We are the guardians of the temple, sentinels through storm and night, clothed in faith, armed with truth, we shine with heaven's light. The battle rages, but we won't fall. Heaven's call is loud and clear. Today the throne is taken back, and victory is here. True mother calls forth guardians brave, chosen souls the world to save. By heavenly parents raised, empowered to stand, protecting sacred purpose across the land. Here we standing in the rain and snow, not forsaken, heaven made it so. On the threshold, hearts burning bright, called to guard the dawn of holy light. Not forgotten, not pushed aside, chosen by love, not human pride. In the cold we stood for heaven's flame. Now we rise and praise heaven, lead by our ransom name. We are guardians of the temple, sentinels through storm and night. Clothed in faith, armed with truth, we shine with heaven's light. The battle rages, but we won't fall. Heaven's call is loud and clear. Today the throne is taken back, and victory is here. Here we standing in the rain and snow, not forsaken, heaven made it so. On the threshold, hearts burning bright, called to guard the dawn of holy light. Not forgotten, not pushed aside, chosen by love, not human pride. In the cold we stood for heaven's flame. Now we rise and praise heaven, lead by our name. We are the guardians of the temple, sentinels through storm and night, clothed in faith, armed with truth, we shine with heaven's light. The battle here we standing in the rain and snow, not forsaken, heaven made it so. On the threshold, hearts burning bright, called to guard the dawn of hope.
La 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 la.
Chosen by love,
La 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 la.
in the cold we stood for
La
heaven.
la 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 la. La 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 la.
We are the guardians of the temple, sentinels through storm and night, clothed in faith, armed with truth. We shine with heaven's light. The battle rages, but we won't fall. Heaven's call is loud and clear. Today the throne is taken back, and victory is here. Heavenly parent spoke at 3 a.m. still and deep, awoke my soul from sacred sleep. Heavenly parent said, my child, I need you now. Stand strong and I'll show you how. Not for comfort, we were placed outside, but to stand with angels at heavenly parent's side. Our bodies were the walls of grace. We held the line, we kept the place. We are the guardians of the temple, sentinels through storm and night, clothed in faith, armed with truth. We shine with heaven's light. The battle rages, but we won't fall. Heaven's call is loud and clear. Today the throne is taken back, and victory is here. And victory is here. My children, today I seat myself on my throne. This is my dwelling, my home. True mother calls forth guardians brave, chosen souls the world to save. By heavenly parents' grace and power to stand, protecting sacred purpose across the land.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Oh, I have microphone number 5. Okay, thanks, Ellie.
Okay, everyone. Today is Ellie and Nate Band.
Ellie and Nate Band is going to sing for us. All right.
And now we are going to sing the poop song. And now we are gonna sing. Stop.
Poop song. No, I think we're gonna sing. All right, thank you so much, honey. And okay. I can ask everyone to take their seats. We're going to start. It's
Hello.
Okay. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Everyone, we're going to get started. This is number 4, by the way, mic number 4. It says blue. It's blue. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's take our seats. We're going to begin our service this morning. Welcome, welcome to our Manassas church here. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we're going to welcome up our Nova band with special guest stars of our kids here. So let's all sing together. Oh boy. Sorry.
Okay, if everyone can please stand up and join us in our song, we'll be singing Unified Soldiers. Thank you. And our next song will be Light of Grace.
Oh, light of grace, shining above, lighting my dim, shadowed way. Oh, light of grace. may come, still He is there, shining brightly. God is love. I'll give my life and my love unto the one God of love. Amid the storm, tossed on the sea, beacon of hope, guiding me. Amid the storm, shelter is near. Trust in Him, for God is love. I'll give my life and my love unto the one God of love. All things decay, passing away. Only the light shall remain. All things decay, still there is one true and faithful. God is love. I'll give my life and my love unto the one God of love. I'll give my life. I'll give my life and my love unto the one God of love.
All right. Thank you so much for beautiful singing, everyone, this morning. Let's give a hand to our Nova band, led by Yasuna Takeshima. Thank you very much. Okay. So, welcome once again to our Nova Church here in Manassas. We're so happy that you're here with us, the first Sunday in May. And we're going to say hello to everybody who's joining us online. We have the camera behind you there, so let's wave hello. Welcome. We're glad that you're joining us wherever you're watching from. And now we can spend some minutes to greet everybody who's here in the room with us today. How have you been? How's your week? Wish everybody a blessed day, and we'll meet back here in a few minutes. Thank you.
forsaken, heaven made it so. On the threshold, hearts burning bright, called to guard the dawn of holy light. Not forgotten, not pushed aside, chosen by love, not human pride. In the cold we stood for heaven's flame. Now we rise and praise heaven, lead by our ransom name. We are the guardians of the temple, sentinels through storm and night. Clothed in faith, armed with truth, we shine with heaven's light. The battle rages, but we won't fall. Heaven's call is loud and clear. Today the throne is taken back, and victory is here. Heavenly parents spoke at 3 a.m. still and deep, awoke my soul from sacred sleep. Heavenly parents said, my child, I need you now. Stand strong and I'll show you how. Not for comfort we were placed outside, but to stand with angels at heavenly parents' side. Our bodies were the walls of grace. We held the line, we kept the place. We are the guardians of the temple, sentinels through storm and night. Clothed in faith, armed with truth, we shine with heaven's light. The battle rages, but we won't fall. Heaven's call is loud and clear. Today the throne is taken back, and victory is here. And victory is here. My children, today I seat myself on my throne. This is my dwelling, my home. True mother calls forth guardians brave, chosen souls the world to save. By heavenly parents raised, empowered to stand, protecting sacred purpose across the land.
Okay, if everyone can please gather back in your seats, the band will be performing the performance song now. It's great to see everyone mingling and socializing after a long time of not seeing each other. So let's get back in our seats. So this song is called Trust in You by Lauren Daigle. It's one of my favorite songs that I love to sing, and it shows how much that we have faith in God, and it's something that I really resonate with. So I hope you enjoy. This is Trust in You. Letting go of every single dream, I lay each one down at your feet. Every moment of my wandering never changes what you see. I've tried to win this war, I confess. My hands are weary, I need your rest. Mighty warrior, king of the fight. No matter what I face, you're by my side. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing
could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. Truth is, you know what tomorrow brings. There's not a day ahead you have not seen. So in all things be my life and breath. I want what you want, Lord, and nothing less. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. You are my strength and comfort. You are my steady hand. You are my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. Your ways are always higher. Your plans are always good. There's not a place where I'll go you've not already stood. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. I will trust in you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for a beautiful offering song. Let's give another hand to our Nova band and performers as they exit the stage. Thank you for that beautiful song. And now it is time for the Sunday school to start. I think the kids are already all in the room there now. So, yeah, we can begin your Sunday school lesson, everyone. And we'll offer an opening prayer here before the main message. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent, true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind, we come before you on this beautiful Sunday morning, just after the conclusion of a wonderful weekend of events in Korea with the celebration of the 66th blessing anniversary of our true parents, the first anniversary of the entrance into the Cheonwon-gung Channel Sanctum, and of course the cosmic blessing of all the couples who participated, both in Korea and around the world in satellite locations, including right in Washington, D.C. We pray for all these newly blessed couples that they may be surrounded by your love and by the community's love and embrace, and that we can truly welcome them in. Heavenly Parent, we would like to take in your words now, and as we reflect on the message, we pray that there is something in it that we can take away from it, that you can open our hearts and our ears, our minds, that we can be prepared to receive it, and pray for everybody who is here and also watching with us online today. I pray all these things in attendance to Holy Mother Han with gratitude in my name, Tasha Phillips of the Phillips Blessed Center family. Aju. Okay. So, good morning again, everybody. It's so good to see you all, especially seeing some faces that I don't get to see so often. That's wonderful. Welcome. And today for the first Sunday in May, I was, thinking this week, like, what is the topic that's really relevant or something that's on my mind? And then there was something that I realized I never really talked about before, but it was pertinent because May 1st was actually a holiday in many countries, not here, but it was like the Labor Day that we have here in September. There's a kind of Labor Day or International Workers' Day where lots of people get a day off work, including my dad in Lebanon and my brother in Germany and many other people. So that's a time to think about the value of work, right? And why should we go to work and why does work exist, right? It consumes so much of our lives, so I feel like it's something relevant to talk about because it is an important part of everybody's life, right? One way or the other. And then how can we bring God into our work, right? And make that part of our life also be a spiritual part of our life. And so I chose my topic today, work with all your heart, taken from one specific passage in Scripture, Colossians 3:23. We'll be looking at that soon. So just to start off with, what comes to mind when you think of work, right? Maybe there's, all kinds of different jobs you can think of, right? From an office job to maybe a job where you're on the move all the time, working outside or working inside the home, working, in many different kinds of fields, right? You need different levels of expertise. And these are all like paying jobs, right? But then, of course, there's not only work that you get paid for, there's also work you don't get paid for. Anyone can think of an example? Yes.
Yeah, what the mothers do, and Mother's Day is coming up soon, too.
That's true. Yes, a lot of mothers' work is unpaid labor. That's true. Anybody else? What is some work that we do for free? It doesn't only have to be in the home, too. You can think more broadly.
Volunteering.
Absolutely, that's right. You can volunteer right here at church, right? You can volunteer in an organization. There's so many opportunities to volunteer, right? Offer your time, your energy. Yeah, absolutely. And, taking care of your kids, your grandkids, elderly relatives, there's a lot of caregiving in the home too, right? So there's many ways that people can work, right? And it is a way that can feel, productive, like you're doing something right outside of yourself. And it can also be something that is draining you and you feel like, oh, this is taking away all my energy and my time. I don't have anything left for me, right? Like to pursue my hobbies or my interests, right? Well, this 90,000 hours is based on a Gettysburg study of just like an average for someone who works from age 18 to 65 till they retire, 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, because let's say they take 2 weeks off for vacation. So that would come to about 90,000 hours in their lifetime. Of course, working hours vary hugely. This is just like one average. Not everybody works 40-hour work weeks, right? But just to give you a ballpark idea, right? And in an average adult's life, that's about a third of their life, that is spent working. So how do you feel about work? All these different kinds of work that we talked about. What are some emotions that come up when you think about work? It can be a job that you've had. It can be something you're doing now. It can be volunteer work, whatever kind of work it is. Anything is okay. You could just say any emotion that comes up for you. Satisfaction. Okay. Thank you. Anything else? Your worth. Okay. You attach your worth to your work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, part of it. That can happen. Ownership. Okay.
I wish it was something that we could just be happy to do all the time.
Something that you're happy to do. Yeah, something that brings you joy, right? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Anybody else? We're getting a lot of positives here. That's great. Everyone's so positive about their work.
Well, there's a difference between being employed or being an entrepreneur in the amount of hours and how you feel about it.
Yeah. Right, owning your own business, right? That's, a very different kind of work, too. Oh, yes, Dr. Seelig.
There's some quote, I may not have it right, but
something like, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yes, yes. I have heard that, yeah.
Well, I do remember when I had worked at a work job that it meant leaving my daughter. So it's like, oh no, Mama has to go to work now. So there was some split of liking the work but being sorry to leave the kids.
I think a lot of parents relate to this feeling for sure. Yeah, all the working moms I know. Anybody else? Over here, it's been kind of quiet on this side of the room. How do you feel about work? Anything is okay. Okay.
Yeah, of course, it's so grateful. Any work, I mean, I have been working all different jobs in my life, even cleaning, included cleaning even. But every single time, yeah, I kind of a great journey to learn any job, you know. So I'm so grateful about that.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So we've heard, mostly positive things, which was wonderful. But I decided to write in a few thoughts that came to my mind, both negative ones and positive ones. So, I've created, and all of your answers are wonderful. So not everything you said is in here, but it's just a few, some things you could feel about work that are negative, like, you're getting stressed or frustrated, right? And it doesn't mean that you're always like that. It's just there can be days that are stressful and frustrating, right? Not every day. Sometimes you get bored at your job, right? Not every job is the most exciting one in the world. Sometimes you could feel anxious about it, especially if you're a person prone to anxiety. Some works, you get really worried about, or you're detached. You just completely, I come in, I leave, I don't really care about it. My life is outside my work. This is just something I do to earn money, don't really care about it, right? And on the other hand, some positives, you can feel proud. This comes this idea of taking ownership, right? And purposeful, it gives you a purpose, it attaches to your worth, and that kind of feeling. Inspired, right? You can feel inspired about what you do. Joyful, some of you mentioned that feeling of joy, right? And gratitude, and committed, right? You're really dedicated, committed to your job. You feel a sense of belonging there, right? It's part of who you are, part of your identity. So there, all these kinds of different things you can see and feel about, the work that you do, right? Okay, so how do I feel about my work? So this is me in 2012 when I graduated from college. Receiving the day I received my diploma. And I was contemplating at that point, what is my future direction going to be, right? Like a lot of people who are in college now, or, young college graduates, right? You think, what is my future, right? Where do I want to go with my life? What do I want to do? Do I want to live for work or work to live, right? So that's the question to think about. Am I wanting to do what I love so that work never feels, like you're doing a day of work in your life, right? Like Dr. Seelig said in his quote, or am I okay with just doing anything as long as it gives me good money so that I can then use that money to do what I really like, right? Basically. So I had no idea when I went into college. I decided to get a degree because my parents suggested it. It was a good idea. I didn't have any strong desire for it. And I majored in English literature because I just loved reading, not because I thought, okay, if I do this degree, I can have that job when I graduate, right? That wasn't like connected to a specific career path. But when I got into my degree program, there were some friends of mine, some classmates, who were taking an education course. And I decided, okay, why not? I have some electives. I'll join them on that class. And the professor in that class, she talked about the noble profession of teaching, and how it is such a job that can create immense change in people's lives. It is so purposeful. It's something that can really have an impact, right? And I was very drawn to that idea. I was like, wow, I want to do something that leaves an impact, right, for sure, in the work that I do. And so I decided to add on a minor in education to my degree and then became a teacher when I graduated, right? So that was my first full-time job out of school, was being a teacher. And I know now, looking back, like I was still very unprepared, very immature, not really ready for managing the classroom, and I struggled with different things. But at the same time, like I had the stress and the frustrating days. I also found the joy in teaching. Definitely had joyful experiences bonding with my students. They were 15, 16 years old, and I was 23, so there was not much of a gap between us. So it was kind of hard to maintain like the authority position with that. But yeah, I saw them as my friends almost, and I wanted to show that I cared about them. And I was also thinking at that time, I remember, I want to do something that brings joy to God, right? So this is where I bring the spiritual aspect into work. Whatever I do, I want it to have meaning to God, right? And so I thought, okay, in my role as a teacher, I can have influence. I can show by example, right, how to lead a good life, quote unquote, and be someone who can mentor my students, maybe, or that's someone they can trust and come to when they have issues. And this way, be kind of someone who brings people closer to God in a way, without openly talking about religion, because I wasn't supposed to do that, right? So I would not, openly discuss God, but just through my actions and the way I was, I thought, okay, I can serve God this way in my job. But after a year was up, I realized, I'm not satisfied with that fully. I felt like I want to dedicate my life even more to God. So I left that work and moved to Australia to join this leadership program. It was called OLT at the time, the Ocean Leadership Team. And that's where I dedicated my time full-time to fundraising, witnessing, experiencing the full Mooney life, as they say, right? So just really going all in. And I did that for a couple of years. I really wanted to feel like, okay, the work that I'm doing is completely dedicated to God. It's not even like just a side quest. It's like it's the main thing, right? And just following what true parents wish. And, this is for the providence, I felt like, okay, I have to do it like my parents did. And yeah, it was a good, meaningful experience. I grew a lot from that, but I don't want to spend this whole sermon just talking about my life testimony. That's not the idea. The main point was that, like, in whatever job I wanted to do, I always thought, like, how can I bring joy to God in what I'm doing, right? So, I've had multiple other jobs since then. There was no straight career path for me. I worked in all kinds of different areas, kind of like Jun Suk-oni was saying, I have had different experiences. But I always try to find, how can I do this with a higher purpose, right? So that brings me to the Bible verse that I mentioned that's in my title here. So whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. All right, so this was in a letter, that Paul wrote to his early church community, right, advising them, right, how you should work, what kind of attitude to have, really. It's about the attitude that you have. Like, whatever work you do, right, it doesn't matter what it is, work with all your heart as if you're working for the Lord. You're doing this work for God, not for whoever your master or employer might be, right? Or even if you're self-employed, it's for yourself, working for yourself, right? You're working for the Lord. And don't worry about the earthly inheritance or the earthly, income that you receive from this, right? Or in the case of doing volunteer work or, homework, work in the home as a mom or a dad, you don't get paid for that. But you'll receive the inheritance from the Lord as a reward, right? So you'll have a spiritual reward from that effort you put in. All right, so there's a Christian work ethic that people talk about, which, tells people to work diligently, put all your effort and your heart into things, right? But don't do it just for gaining wealth, right? It's not about that. It's really about how you can serve. And that's something, it can change and shift your way of thinking about your work that you do, right? Because I know, like, from people in my generation, if I think about some of my friends, they were immediately looking for the highest paying job, right? That was their goal, and their target was just chasing, what was going to pay me the best, right? And they kind of, didn't think about this aspect, right? And I think it's good to have some kind of a balance. You want to, for sure, have enough income to survive, right? That's basic. You cover your needs, but at the same time, you're not living on this earth just for your physical, material wealth, right? Consider your eternal life. Okay, so there's a question I put here. Is work meant to be suffering, right? I've met some peers, not necessarily members of the church or second gen, just like people my age, my friends that I've had, who have moved from job to job, and not been satisfied with the work they do. They're just like, oh, I hate this job so much, I'm going to quit this one, or, just saying, oh, I'm doing this job because I have to, but I really don't like it, So is that how it's meant to be? Are people supposed to suffer in their work? Well, if we look all the way back in Genesis, when God created human beings, it says here in Genesis 2:15, the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it, right? That means from the very beginning, God gave mankind responsibility to care for creation, to work the land, right? To be able to grow their food and everything. So there was, but it was a kind of joy, right? Because God is saying, like, I created this for you, right? And you can now take care of this place for me and take ownership of it. So it wasn't in a sense of you have to suffer while doing it, but you are a co-creator with me, right? And you're enjoying this space. This image up here is supposed to be like a Garden of Eden type picture, just imagining a beautiful natural landscape, right? But soon after that, of course, and we know the story of Adam and Eve, the fall happened, right? And then God found Adam and Eve, they were hiding, and then, what did he say? He mentioned several things that will happen to you as a result, consequences of the fall, right? And the first one he said to Adam was this: cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat food from it all the days of your life. And it goes on a little bit more to talk about, you're going to be laboring hard, right? And the women will have pain in their labor pains and so on, right? So just saying that the suffering and work came about after the fall, right? And I think that in the ideal world, right, what God would love is for everybody to find joy in the work they do. So I don't think that anybody should be suffering in their work. I don't think God would be happy to see people just like go through the daily grind, just kind of making it through day by day because they have no choice. But they actually do find joy in their work. Okay. Okay, yeah. So anyway, this was the result of the fall, but I think that as we go towards the ideal world, building this ideal of Chanilguk, we want to see more and more joy in our work. And seeing what our true parents have said about work, right? I think true parents are known to be extremely hard workers, right? Investing so much, investing everything that they have. And of course, all their work was completely dedicated towards God, right? The purpose of working for God, they definitely embodied that. And in the memoir As a Peace-Loving Global Citizen, True Father wrote this: labor is not suffering, but creation. It's like what I was saying. It's like, in the beginning, God invited people to become co-creators with him, right? The reason a person can work all his life and be happy is that labor is connected to God's world. The labor that people perform is nothing more than taking things that God created and shaping them in different ways. If you think you're making something to give to God as a memento, then labor is not something to think of in a negative way. All right, when I read that, I was thinking of like a little child who was creating a work of art to give to their parents, right? So you're taking something that is from the creation, right? And you're making something with that, and you can offer that as a gift to God, right? So you look, God, what I did, right? Just like you're coming to your parent to show them. And yeah, so I think that's a beautiful way to have an attitude about work and think, this is how I can be happy while working, right? Thinking that the work I do is connected to God's world, right? It's connected to this higher purpose. Okay, and here is True Mother in a speech she gave in the Solomon Islands, which is a place I've been to once, a very beautiful Pacific island. You could think of that as like a paradise, basically. And here she says in the speech, the person who has no work to do is the most pitiful. We are happy people because we have a lot of work to do. You should be able to share this happiness with those around you and have a great dream to return that happiness to God abundantly, right? So, yeah, I like that phrase, we're happy people because we have a lot of work to do, right? I think about this sometimes like, well, if we had no jobs, let's say all our bank accounts were filled with unlimited funds and nobody has to work in this world, what are we going to do all day? Paint and draw and write books and, travel the world. We have our hobbies. But eventually that kind of life, you start to get bored maybe, or it's like a little bit too self-centered, just like you're doing things for yourself, but how are you contributing to a greater, or to a society, right? Because the work can give you purpose and meaning, and it can, it can be something that can share happiness with others, right? And you're sharing your happiness with God. So I feel like having gratitude towards work, like John Sogoni said, like being grateful for whatever work you do, is so important, right? And that's what can make you happy with your work, right? Okay, one more quote here. The last quote I'll share with you is, you must work with the conviction that God himself has called you for the sake of the nation or the world, right? So working with that conviction, I feel it means, think about what is your calling, right? What gifts and talents has God given you? Also, not just what talents you're born with, but also what opportunities are around you, right? What is in your environment, Where do you see things that you yourself can have an impact on, right? Where do you see things that you can, maybe improve the nation or the world, right? Or even just your local society, right? And think of that calling, and that's something that God, is guiding you towards, right? And I have felt in different paths that I have taken, different jobs I've had, I felt God, opening opportunities for me, and telling me, this is where I'm needed, right? This is where I can do my work now. Like my current role is being a pastor, right? Part-time while I'm taking care of my kids full-time. And I never had this goal or vision in mind to be a pastor, right? I didn't think it would ever happen to me, to be honest. I never pictured myself doing this. But the opportunity opened, and I felt the calling. Of course, there was a literal call, like a phone call from somebody asking me, hey, would you consider being our pastor? That happened too. But it also felt like a spiritual calling, right? It felt like, yes, I answered the call, exactly. Yeah. It felt like a calling from God, God is telling you, this is where I need you right now, right? So, thank you. Yeah. So, I hope that, each of you, wherever you are in your journey, of course, some of you may be already in retirement phase, right, where you have already worked the 90,000 hours, you've done your time, right? And now you can reap the rewards of that. Some may be still starting out in this journey, right? And thinking, or you're just in the early days of your career, how can I progress in this? Just keep in mind, whatever it is that you do it first for God, right? And do it with gratitude. And then, you can find that joy in whatever work you have, right? Okay, so now we have a little discussion time for a few minutes. And I like to keep things engaging and interactive, right? So give you all a chance to talk. So I was thinking of a couple of questions you could talk about. One is, has there been a time or a job you've had that you felt, oh, this is something I felt God calling me to do? You know, I took this job or I took on this work because I felt it was meaningful in some way, right? And on the other hand, you can also think, what is something that I still feel I haven't done? You know, let's say I have this and this talent or ability that I feel has been underutilized. And, you know, I want to do something more with that, you know, and share about that. And maybe somebody else can give you an idea. You know, it can be good to share your thoughts out loud with somebody else. You can get some feedback, right? Yeah, so just a couple of things you can talk about, maybe in groups of like 3 or 4 with people you're sitting close to. And we'll play some music in the background for a few minutes. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Give you a few seconds to wrap up your conversation. You know, we had groups that were a little bit bigger than 3 or 4. It was more like 6 or 7 people. So I wanted to give more time, so make sure everybody had time to discuss and share. Yeah, I hope you all had a good discussion time. Is there anybody here who wanted to share any insight or reflection with everybody? 1 or 2 people, maybe? Yes, are you volunteering yourself?
I'm volunteering. Not what we're discussing, but what through this whole thing, I worked with a lot of Christians for 20 years of my work life, part of the 90,000. I'm sure I did more than 90,000, but anyhow, that's not the point. The point is I worked with a lot of Christians, and whenever it was difficult, they said, I'm not working for BOCES, which is the company. I'm working for Jesus. I'm working for God. Even though you're doing whatever the job is, if you're working for God, it takes on a whole new meaning and clears the air. So that is kind of my big takeaway from this whole thing. So thank you for bringing it up. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Okay. Anybody else had some insight? Oh. Okay. Thank you.
A conclusion that most of the group members we talked about was that we do our work for God, and that it's not about what we're doing, but the heart that we have and the attitude that we have, and that no matter what, like, we should live our life to live for God and not only live for our own selves. Yeah.
Great. Beautiful reflection. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, everybody, for your sharing and discussion. And now we have time for your self-reflection and an offering time. So if we can put up on the screen our, there we go, QR code. If anybody wants to give their offering or monthly tithing, you can do so on the website. Or we also have the usher to pass around our basket. Thank you to our ushers. And anything you can give will be used to help the Nova community and the ministries we do here. Thank you. Please join me in prayer. Most beloved Heavenly Parent, true parents of heaven, earth, humankind, we're so grateful for all of these offerings given today here and also online. We would like to humbly offer them all up to you, that they may be used for your will, your purpose, Heavenly Parent, and that in all that we do, we are living for you first, Heavenly Parent. We offer this in gratitude to you, and attends to Holy Mother Han with gratitude, and I pray this in my name, Tasha Phillips, of a blessed and family, Anju. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay. And, okay, for our announcements, there you go. I brought this up so I would not forget. This came out, I think, a month ago, maybe. Yes, it was quite late in the year, and so it was the 2026 calendar. Ideally, it should have come out right in January, but better late than never, as they say. And it's full of beautiful pictures. You can see in the back, they are lovely paintings, actually. So if you did not get a calendar yet and you would like to get one, we have some here at the table in the back. I believe they're sold for $15. So yeah, please get a copy for yourself if you would like to. Okay. And, all right, yeah, for some of our upcoming events, this is something I'm excited to announce. I don't think I had put that in my newsletter, in my email yet. So, but I just wanted to let you know. It's at the very end of May, right? So still 4 Sundays away from now. But on May 31st, right at the end of our service, we get lunch together. I would like to have a little discussion time, brainstorming of our vision for Nova community. Because, it's been 2 years now since we've been here gathering, and we have been a branch, sort of, quote unquote, of the Capital Family Church, right? The Capital Family Church Nova Center. But we would like to rebrand ourselves as the Nova Family Church and be a little bit more distinct from the Capital Family Church. And we would like to have our own vision statement, our own clear mission of where we want to go and where we are heading. And especially this is like a 1 year period now, starting this month, in which we want to find another place for us to meet, hopefully a better location. And so this will be a great time to kick things off. And really, we want to hear from diverse members of our community, what are your needs and what are the things, what ministries maybe we could still offer up and anything that comes to mind. So please keep this date in mind. I hope you can make it that Sunday. Okay, so next week is Mother's Day, right, May 10. And so this is something I did put in my email newsletter, want to make sure everybody knows. We are going to prepare a slideshow of, mothers and grandmothers. I would like to honor them and want to show everybody's photos if you can. If you're willing to, please email me this week. It can be a picture of your own mother or grandmother, if you have that. A picture of yourself as a mom, right, with your kids. Just so we want to celebrate the mothers and thank our own mothers, right, in our community. Yes. Okay, and the weekend after Mother's Day will be our family picnic, right? That's where we focus entirely on families. We're going to have fun family activities, and we're asking for everyone to participate by bringing either a side dish or dessert or a drink based on your last name. So that, it was mentioned in the email, but if you didn't see that, you can ask me about it. And it's in Lorton, this park. We have been there before for a picnic. The Laurel Hill Park, or Laurel Hill Central Green. If you Google that, you will find it. And we are in the Shelter C. That's the shelter that I booked. Okay, in addition to the sides, we have volunteers from the church community who are preparing the meat. We'll have hot dogs and burgers and chicken. But we need some help to cover the cost of the meat. So if people could offer a $5 donation, that's a small donation in cash or online, we would much appreciate that to help just cover the cost of the meat. Yes, so that's our picnic. Okay, and now these are some pictures I wanted to share about what happened on Friday night. So this was the Founders Room in the Washington Times in D.C., right? And so we had 2 couples that were participating locally in the blessing. And, does my pointer work? Okay, it doesn't appear on the screen well, but anyway. Yeah, but you can see the couple sitting in the front, and actually 2 of them are siblings. So the guy on the right, that's Sung-Hoon Park, and then the lady on the left is Yeon Park, they're both from the Park family. They both got, thank you. They both got blessed together, which was nice, for their parents who are in the middle and the back, especially joyful to have 2 of their kids getting blessed on the same day. Yes, and then all the parents came. So then the parents of Kuni Higuchi, who got blessed to Yeon, they came as well from Oklahoma. They're standing behind him. And the parents of Lena, they also came in, and I forgot where they flew in from. But yeah, Lena lives in Ohio, and she's not yet sure where she and Sung-Hoon were going to live. But Yeon and Kuni have promised that they will come visit Nova in the near future. So hope to welcome them here soon. So yeah. Kuni has come here once. It's been a while, but he has come to the service before. There's just some scenes of the Yeah, it was very nice. I was emceeing the event there. We also had some other volunteers. Jun Suk Moon from our community, she helped decorate everything. She prepared all the beautiful flowers that you see there. Yeah, this is everybody. So yeah, it was like a small, intimate group. Like we didn't have a huge attendance. And you see we had the screen behind us, and that was, where we could watch the broadcast from Korea. Yeah. So there's Sunghoon and Lena. And that's the beautiful cake. And yeah, there's Kuni and Rachel or Yeon together. Yeah, so congratulations to beautiful couples. All right. And if I get sent in some pictures from people who attended in Korea, like for example, Mrs. Jang's son, Toya, waiting for those pictures, and I can share those with you as well, right? Because we did have couples participate in Korea as well. But yeah, very happy for everybody who was able to receive the blessing. And it was very interesting because I don't know if you watched the broadcast or not, but I was wondering for a while, who is going to officiate, because True Mother, as you know, she's in the hospital right now, and yeah, usually she would be there, right? So what they did is they actually had a huge picture of True Parents and then True Mother's voice, like a recording of her voice, right? That's giving the benediction prayer and the official blessing vow and everything. So yeah, it was beautiful in a way that they did that, I thought. Yeah, so yeah, if you have not had the chance, I'm sure you can catch a recording of that blessing ceremony. Okay, so now I'd like to welcome back our Nova Band for our closing song. Let's give them a hand. Thank you.
All right, if everyone can please stand up and join us for our last song, Unite into One.
Chase away the power of Satan, far away beyond the land and sea. Build for God a boundless kingdom, giving joy and liberty to all. Come, ye people all around the world, let's unite into one, spreading forth the glory of the Father and His great will forevermore. So what do? Unite, unite, unite. Let's unite into one. Bring about one nation, uniting all the people of the world. Raise a white cross on our banner, high above forever is the wave. In the blue Pacific waters, plant the sword that brought the victory. Come, ye people all around the world, let's unite into one. Now resolve to end this resentment of the long centuries past. Unite, unite, let's unite into one. Bring about one nation, uniting all the people of the world. Build a fortress to defend the peace of the great new heaven and new earth. We will all sing hallelujah, safe within the bosom of the Lord. Come, you people all around the world, let's unite into one. Share the joy and glory of heaven, it is so long for every eye. So what do? Unite, unite, let's unite into one. Bring about one nation, uniting all
in a closing prayer. Our dearest beloved Heavenly Parents, that you parents, we thank you for this lovely service that we can come together and that we can reflect on the work that we've done for you and for the sake of you, and that we can live joyfully and gratefully to serve you, our Heavenly Parents. And we're so grateful that we had a wonderful weekend of events with the 66th anniversary of Two Parents Blessing anniversary, and with the 1 year anniversary of the Chano Sanctum and the Hyojung Cosmic Blessing for 2026. And we're so grateful that we can celebrate together and really enjoy this time together. And even though True Mother is in the hospital right now, we're so grateful that she has more time to take care of herself and to keep moving forward at this time. So we thank you that we can live this life that we have right now. So I pray that we can be able to take care of one another and that we can overcome all our difficulties and that we can take care of each other and our health. So we thank you so much at this time that you're with us, Heavenly Parents, True Parents, and we thank you for the meal that's prepared and that we can join in fellowship and love together. And we thank you so much at this time, Heavenly Parents, True Parents. I pray with gratitude in my name, Yasu Takashima, daughter of Foster Family, and attendants to our Holy Mother Han. Amen. Aju. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday.